this is the thing, man. Like, you cannot be great at something and just never give up on it because of some ethos of, you know what I call it, grit, some self-dependency upon whatever it is that you're doing of like, all right, this is who I am, this is my identification to it. You can have that personal power to just not give up and just stick at something for 20 years, and you're gonna be the number one person in the marketplace through that, just because you had that underlying ethos or underlying character trait or traits. There's traits there like, actualization through whatever you're doing, purpose through whatever you're doing, fulfillment through whatever you're doing, usually surface of like identification, like it's all you know is that thing. I'll give you an example. You sell houses, let's say. You could sell houses and not even fully grasp all of the facets and principles and understanding of human behavior, of all of the things that surround selling houses, like the people involved, the processes involved, the people in the process involved of like people working with other people as far as like on your team, or your the hierarchies of the mentor-mentee relationships like coaches or your bosses or the owners of the company, or the, obviously the marketplace. You could not understand any of those damn things and just consistently meet people, form agreement with them in the sense of you meet 20 people and one of them hires you, and you do that every day for years, or maybe 50 hours a week for years, for 10 years, 15 years, and fully not grasp business, life, anything, yourself, not know yourself, and just not give up for 15 years, and just because of Lisa Price and Vilfredo Pareto understanding the 80-20 rule, and that like businesses, 80% will fail in the first 5 years. What's left, 80% will be around after that. That's 4%. Well, of that 4% that becomes Fortune 500, only of the 500, the average half-life is 25 years. So what does that mean? Even if you make it, you haven't made it for very long. And that's a massive scale, right? Macro scale of like you made it. So the point is, the individual just sticks with something for so long, puts skin in the game, even if they are not cognizant of who they are, what they're doing, what other people are, what they need to be doing. They're not even cognizant of it. They're gonna win, and this is the problem, because the longer they're in it, the more they'll believe they do know what they're talking about, because all these people around them that are just coming into it that are either on a lower understanding of whatever they're doing than them, or maybe even have a higher understanding of what the whole capacity of like life and business is, but they just maybe don't have what they believe they need to even grapple in a conversation with that high status person. So they're useless. Everyone around them, and they have no confidence, so they're just yes-menning this person, right, on this high hierarchy. They create these ecosystems of shared belief, these cultures around them where people are yes men to them. And the longer they've been in business, the more likely the marketplace will know about them, the more likely all those things that they really don't truly understand will just fall into place, because that's how the world works. Inevitably, 1 out of 10,000 will make it, and that's the person that usually everyone wants their advice from. And it truly is the blind leading the blind. So the moral of the story is, other than that, this conversation just needs to be had more so we can truly vet who understands things, who has taken the different, because it's a different sport, right? Soccer, basketball. Soccer is maybe real estate or insurance or mortgages. Basketball is thinking and understanding and codifying things and actually, ripping things apart and putting them back together to understand and see above them abstractly. Like, what the hell is going on here? Who are you getting your advice from? If your advice is just coming from the person that has made it, just be very aware of the fact that they might not even know how they made it. Usually they won't. And that's the point, because if they focused on that activity for that damn long and just never gave up, they were mostly just beating it with kinetic energy, with action action, doing. And when you do things long enough, you're gonna get results, even if you don't know what the hell you're doing. So then when everyone starts asking you, well, how did you do it? You're gonna give shitty fucking advice. You're gonna fucking give bad advice.